Described as the charity soul of Canberra, Diane Kargas wants to change the way Canberra people think about charity, to encourage a long-term view rather than one-off giving. She's driving that change through the charitable trust she founded called Greater Good. It's a commitment to others, she maintains, despite her own personal challenges.
Totally thanks to you all for such fabulous work. I was really proud to collect the award at the conference, quite overcome, as I didn't think we would ever beat the big guys. It gives me goosebumps. It's a lovely feeling to see the community come on board with something that will be around forever and benefit generations to come.
Helping other people gives Diane Kargas goosebumps, and she's been helping her entire working life as a former legal aid and ATSIC worker, then as ACT Public Trustee and head of the Canberra Bushfire Recovery Appeal in 2003. Drawing on those experiences, she established Greater Good with a goal of helping Canberra charities to grow.
I found in my role as public trustee that we were administering estates and the funds were going to wonderful charities, but not many of them were in the ACT.
How competitive is that charity market?
I think it's becoming very competitive because we have so many tragedies and disasters now that there's always some cause that we can give to. There are people needing money all the time, and if we're a homegrown charity that lives on donations from the community, then we're competing with those pressures of the disasters that happen. So we need to be doing something all the time.
Greater Good and other initiatives like Hands Across Canberra aim to help charities focus on charity work rather than on fundraising. Instead of making ad hoc donations, individuals, families and organisations can invest funds with Greater Good and decide where the profits are directed.
This is a different way to look at how can I contribute to my community.
78 Canberra region charities currently benefit from Greater Good funds. The prospect of regular income rather than one-off fundraisers is attractive for organisations like Home in Queanbeyan. Home provides long-term accommodation and support for people with a mental illness.
How's your weekend, Steve?
Fireworks on Saturday night.
You can have a roof over your head and a house, but if you haven't got the support and the love and the care that we all need, we don't have a home. So I think that's the big difference.
Greater Good has grown rapidly since 2004, and Diane Kargas has drawn in some influential supporters.
There are three things about Di, I would say, really. She's a very compassionate person. She is an extremely capable woman and can turn her hand to anything. And the third thing is she has that wonderful capacity to gather other people up with her vision to work with her. You can never say no to Di.
What sort of a difference has Greater Good made, do you think?
I think it's made a huge difference. It just has under 7 million, and it's done that in pretty much 7 years. That's fantastic. It's distributed 1.4 million. That's all new money. That, 7, 8 years ago, that wasn't here. It wasn't thought about. So it's made that cake bigger.
Diane Kargas has been acknowledged for her philanthropic work. She was the ACT Local Hero in 2004 and is a member of the Order of Australia. However, it was a bittersweet honour. The same week she found out she'd been nominated for an AM, she also received some very difficult news.
It's probably nearly 18 months ago I was diagnosed with leukaemia, chronic myeloid leukaemia. There've been days where I've been running whole day facilitations where I've suddenly thought, I don't feel very well, and I've had to excuse myself and then come back a few minutes later, leave the group to look after themselves for a minute and then come back. But But then again, I've not failed a facilitation or a group meeting yet. I think what it's made me do is start thinking about what is it that I still need to do while I'm well. And with my leukaemia, I take chemo tablets every day. Most days I keep them down. But I think you can either let an illness define you, or it can become a defining part of you. So for me, it's one more thing that I have to manage in my day. I don't see it as something sad or dreadful. It's just the way it is.
If I can encourage people to help home, that's what I do.
You know, we can help in so many ways.
Yeah.
Just by supporting them.
I like to make a difference for where I can for people. You know, there's lots of things I haven't done yet, and God willing, I'll have time to do many of those things.